For all of you guys starting to play Theme Park Tycoon 2, let's make a brand new park right here. Start new game. This is a brand new game. I'm going to be teaching you how to start. And this tutorial right here that they give you, press this button right here. Please do me a favor. Confirm. Skip the tutorial. You do not need a tutorial. We're gonna be pros after this video, and you're gonna be able to start building a ton of things. You will never stop being able to be creative in this game, and I will teach you how to start off playing, how to start getting the maneuvers of it. So if you just started or you started very recently, this is the video for you. Or if you just really are not very good at the game and you just want to know what you're doing, keep watching. Whoa, I can literally see through my head. Do I have no skull? I have no brain. What the heck? Okay, first of all, your park name. If you really like this entrance and you just adore it so much, you think it's like such an amazing entrance, that's okay. But do me a favor, if you really don't love it, then just delete it. You don't even need that entrance. You can make your own entrance. Right off the bat, I am in a private server, which means there are no other people in my server unless I invite them myself. So basically, I will not be playing with other people in the server, which means I don't lag nearly as much, and there's not really any disruptions while building and stuff. So I personally like private servers, and the biggest perks in private servers are that you can make your speed faster and change the time of day and allow free cam. I'll show you what those things are. You go ps admin, allow free cam right there. We just press tab, and then we have to do star, and then that'll just do it to everybody. And now what you can do is if you press shift P, look at this, you can fly in your game. And also look at the sun, it's leaving us, and you want it to be daytime to build. So we're gonna go /ps admin set TOD, and then just go whatever time of day. 1000 is like the perfect one where the sun is right above you. That's what you usually want. So now the sun is literally right above me. I'll have that day every single time of the day unless I change it to whatever I want. I can change it to a sunset. If you guys want like a beautiful sunset, I think a sunset's about 1:15. Yeah, see right there, there's a sunset at 1:15, and you can change it to 1:14, 1:13, whatever you feel like. I put it at 605, and look at the sun. It's amazing right there. You literally can see sun rays. Have you guys ever had lagging problems? There's a lot of times where I'm loading my park in and it takes forever to load, and I'm just like lagging a ton. I can't even like move on my screen. That sometimes it gets so bad. When I had a laptop and I was playing Roblox, it would literally lag so much that the park would take up to 15 minutes just to load one single park. Oh my goodness, look at that park. The lag. If you don't want to experience this lag, I literally have a fix that I started using myself, and it actually helps so much. Oh my gosh, what? The ping literally went to 700. I have something that I use myself to reduce the lag and just to make it so much cleaner. There are a ton of sales going on right now with this gear up booster thing, so make sure to get it as soon as you can. You can get this not only for Roblox, but it has a ton of games that you can use this gear up booster, and it'll automatically reduce your ping by so much. So I'm gonna use it for Roblox here, and it's super easy to use as well. And now let's look how low the ping is gonna get. The ping is only at 102. What? The other one was like at 180 the entire time we were loading in the parks. 98 ping. There are actually a ton of YouTubers I'll show on the screen. They use it as well. I haven't lagged a single bit since I joined the game. Also, thank you so much, Crunchbite, for participating in this. All the lag that your laptop gives you, or even your mobile device, if you have lag, Gear Up Booster will help with that, and you'll be able to finally build your builds in peace. And make sure to comment down below the lowest amount of ping you can get. What is even possible? The link is in the description. Thank you for sponsoring me, Gear Up Booster. And let's just go straight back to the video. You can also change your speed. I usually like 360 as my speed. It's just the perfect speed for me. Look at that. The jump, I like about 160. And since we skipped the tutorial, I'm just gonna give you like a way better tutorial than they give you, because that tutorial, it's not very good, I promise you. Look at these guys. They are suffering. They need some food. They need some water. Let's see what they actually want. Right here, there's a little eye on the guests part, and this tells you what they want. They cannot find a ride they want to ride. Well, you know what? It's because there are no rides. So they just want to ride stuff, and they want to eat and drink and stuff. So we need to put some stalls. We need to put some roller coasters. We basically just need to please all the guests for them to spend more money. It works out so well. So first, you could keep this if you want to, but I'm gonna delete it. It also gives you a little extra cash if you want some extra cash. So we're just gonna delete this stuff right here. And the easiest way is just highlight everything and delete. Boom, all gone. Now this is our park. It's one path. Welcome to my park, guys, where your imagination can... I'm still surprised there are 4 guests. Like, where do these guests come from? You know what? I think today I'm gonna go to a park that has 1 path in it. 4 people said that. So first, you should probably learn kind of how rides work, kind of how you need to do these things to be able to make some money and actually start building some really cool stuff. So first, let's just make a path, and one big thing, guys, that will actually make your people like your park better. Please place trash cans. People just place trash on the floor like it is none of their business. It is your business, at least. And so we're just going to place some trash cans. One really good thing to do as well is to just look through all of your things and know where where things are. If I want to say, where are my trash cans? I don't know where to get my trash cans. All I need to do is just look through them. Oh, look, this has trash cans and lanterns. So every time you want a trash can, all you got to do is go to paths and trash cans and lanterns, and boom, you're there. There's fences, walls, and poles are in the scenery section for some reason. The scenery section is the one you will be spending the most amount of time on. Pick just means you can get to pick anything in your park. So let's say I want another trash can and I don't want to go search for it again. Pick this and boom, I have the trash can. And I suggest from the beginning, learning how to customize your own things so you don't just keep the default ones. I would like some kind of gray, cobblestone-y kind of path, or maybe even concrete. Let's see if there's concrete. I personally like this, and whatever you personally like is okay. Okay, let's get to our first ride. Let's see. Today we are going to start with the teacups ride, because you know what? Everybody loves some teacups in their lives. Now, one thing that people forget to do at the beginning that like you're just supposed to know from the very beginning is that you have to go to your paths and get the queue paths. They're there for a reason. You need them so that guests can be able to line up. If there's no queue path, then they're just gonna have this amount of space to line up, and they can't line up in that small amount of space. We'll open that one up, except we need an exit. Yes, we do. And I'm gonna open the ride up. For the money, usually what you want to do is kind of see what they think. If they think it's too expensive, they will tell you and you will lower the price. Right here, when you go to thoughts, they will tell you all the things that they think about this ride. If it's too expensive, too cheap. We have one brave soul right here. Who is this? Catalea? Hello, Catalea. I don't think Catalea likes me. Then the next thing you want to do is maybe just grab a roller coaster. Don't get too many flat rides, because some don't even make that much money and they cost a heck ton. You do not want to pay a ton for not that much money in return. And you know what? We probably need some stalls, because these people are getting hungry. They're thirsty. Got to give them some drinks. So we'll put a slushy stall right there. We put a soft drinks right here. I think they should get some burgers and a pizza over here. And then maybe, do we have a hot drinks? We do not have a hot drinks. Let's get a hot drinks stall right there. Usually they don't like the high prices, so just lower all of the prices down by 2. And I think I want the queue for this one to be, how about cobblestone and like a light red? Oh, not the green. The green is, oh, I really like that color. And we'll make this one a vibe as well. We'll change the appearance. Look at that. That matches my perk so well now. Look at that. Oh my goodness. The line is insane. Another thing I suggest you do right off the bat is start building roller coasters in the custom advanced mode, and give yourself some space as well. Don't make your space really small. So for this ride, I'm going to keep it over here, and we're going to just give ourselves all of this space. Look at that. We'll make it at least 4 long. Don't make it less than 4 long. Have you ever been to a theme park and seen the station very, very short? No, I don't think so. So immediately just go to advanced editor. This is what you're gonna want. So we're just gonna start off this coaster. If you've ever been to a theme park, just try to build something like real life that you've seen. So I'm just gonna try to build a kind of almost a wild mouse, but my own version of a wild mouse coaster, and just get used to all of these things. Right here is the track feature. So if you want it to be like a chain lift going up like this, you need a chain lift, and don't make it too steep. And you even need a chain lift when you go slightly down like this. And usually you don't want it to be like tilting to the right, because it almost is like you're gonna fall off. So you're gonna tilt it a little bit to the left. These are all of the features to be able to change the position of your track. So the red one is gonna change up and down, as you can kind of see in this space, up and down. The blue one is side to side. If you do it too much, it won't let you, because you know it's a little impossible in real life. You can almost change it like as much as you want. There's an unlimited amount of ways you can change your ride to. And then we'll have a little drop right here. I'm just gonna make it interesting so it's fun for me to build and I don't get bored, because the point of this game is to just have fun, guys. And don't worry too much at the beginning about making your ride smooth and nice. Just make the layout fun, make it creative, and don't think about it too hard. Later, you will start getting used to making your ride a little bit more smooth. The layouts will start looking better. You'll start adding really cool features that you'll learn to make, either through tutorials or just by yourself. And you'll just start enjoying playing Theme Park Tycoon 2 more and more, and you will be absolutely addicted to this game. Perfect. No matter what, make sure you have brakes on your ride. If this roll number right here is at 0, that means there's no banking. So make sure to set it at 0 if that problem comes up. And again, oh my goodness, why is it slanted up? Let's redo that. Roll. Set it to 0. Perfect. And now we can go here to the brakes, and we can add a little bit of brakes, and it won't need too many brakes this one, because it is already a very slow ride. Whenever you get close to the station, snap to the node grid, and boom, you will be able to just place it perfectly right into the ride. And just like that, I finished my entire wild mouse coaster that I designed myself. And first, before you ride it or anything, just make a little entrance and a little exit. So let's see what it looks like, what feels a little off, what we should fix, or if nothing, then just open the ride. Let's see, we're going up the chain lift. Let's see if there's anything I just don't like. All right, look at the big drop. Big drop, swoop up. Oh, I like it. It's like pretty smooth. It's pretty nice. And then the big turn right there, and then last drop, boom, into the brakes, and then it breaks. and then it comes way back to the station. And the speed that we had at the very end here was really nice. So now I'm just gonna look at it. I want to make sure everything looks right just from the outside as well. And honestly, this ride looks awesome. If I were to be picky about this, the one thing is that it's not super smooth on this entire big turn right here. Look right here, it is not the most smooth coaster. Right here, it takes a little bit of a sharp turn that could be kind of fixed, but I think it's fine. And the speed that we have at the very end is perfect. We want it to be almost exactly that speed right there. And just like that, we're just gonna open our ride because I love already what it is like, and then make sure to customize it just like all the other ones. I'm just gonna call it the Crazy Mouse, and this Crazy Mouse is gonna be blue because I like blue, and Crazy Mouse kind of screams blue at me for some reason. So blue, and then we're gonna make the tracks different colors, so it's gonna be dark blue for the other piece of track, like that. I like that. And then supports color, I'm gonna make kind of like dark purple for some reason. I actually don't know why. I like that. I like that. And then the car, look at all the colors that we can put into the car. We're just gonna make it, I think, just kind of like a light purpley color. So just a ton of random colors that I think would look good together. This blue probably looks good with all of that. This like light pink probably looks pretty good with it. The gray is fine. Just like that, I have a really nice ride that I built myself, and a lot of guests are gonna probably like it. Oh, they probably need restroom stalls as well. So we're gonna grab the restroom and put one there, and we'll put one there. And just like that, you just keep growing your park, keep going with this, and make sure always to add scenery. If you have disabled collisions, which if you don't have any game passes, the one I do suggest you get is disabled collisions. If that means asking your friends for some Robux, if that means making like shirts and selling them for Robux, or just spending a little bit of money on Roblox just once, I think it's fine to get the disabled collisions game pass because it literally change your life. You can make these trees smaller and bigger with that game pass. Look, we can make this tree look a lot better if we just use the disabled collisions game pass. And just like that, I made a little tree design like that you'll never be able to find in like the tree section. And using the copy and paste tool, you can press on them and hold shift while you press on them, and you can have all of this, and then you go control, copy, and boom, you just have a ton of these trees that you can copy and paste everywhere. Kind of doing things like that and making your own designs is how this game becomes way more fun, way more entertaining, and time consuming, unfortunately. And after some time, you will upgrade into a ginormous park with so many rides, making your own custom things, making your own houses and stuff. I'll teach you how to make a little house right here. As time goes on, you'll start being able to make some really cool stuff, and then you'll start making a lot more money too, and you will just be able to make so many things with all the money that you earn. One thing that a lot of people don't do, that they are not taught, and that nobody really teaches them to do, is to always change the cost of your park. The more rides you have, the more people are willing to pay, and if you keep it at just 18 bucks the whole time, you are wasting money. You could make it more expensive, and the same people will pay the same amount, and you will not get less guests. I think right now, based off how cool my park is, I think I can make it probably 22 bucks, and people will still pay to come in. All right, now that we have all the basics covered for Theme Park Tycoon 2, I think we're gonna move on to the building stuff. So many awesome things you can do in this game when you have a lot of money. Once you built your park, and you can start building with primitives and roofs and ceilings and all those kinds of things. So I'm gonna go into another park where I have more money and I've already done all of the work that you guys need to do, and then start building some awesome stuff. All right, I loaded in my park I use usually for YouTube videos, and if you don't know, look at this. All the park that I made already on land in my previous park, I made that same thing but condensed super closely together underground. And this is how you make a lot of money if you want to just build cool things in your top park and just keep all the money down here. Basically, I just condensed all the stalls and the rides all in one little piece right here, and if you want a tutorial for that, there will be plenty online, and I even have a couple tutorials on how to build a money farm, so you can check those out if you want to learn how to do that. But we're just gonna go straight into start building up here. Bye guys, hope you have fun down there in that park. So for building really cool parks, usually first you want to think of a theme. You want to think of a theme or like some kind of like general vibe you want to go for the park. I think for now I'm just gonna go for that really cool Six Flagsy kind of theme with a really nice entrance and like a big Ferris wheel, all those kind of things. I want to make a park that looks exactly like one of those, and just my own park. So we're gonna start with just a couple paths right here. I want concrete. Yes, I don't know why I love concrete so much. It is just my favorite thing ever. And we're just gonna make it a little bit lighter because theme parks like that, like the ones I'm talking about, have lighter concrete colors. And what I like to do when I'm anticipating a very big project or something just really fun, usually people just start from the very front. So don't just start like, oh, I'm gonna start with the entrance here and we're just gonna see how it maps out. Usually I want to give some kind of plan, some kind of basic plan of where things are gonna be. So I'm gonna try to map it out in my head right here. First, right here at the very entrance, I want to make it like an arched entrance, so it'll be like this, like going backward. And right off the bat, I want there to be like a nice little sculpture maybe, or just something fun to look at, and then some big paths and maybe like 2 or 3 shops around, and then a big ride in the middle, or like a lake or something. I'll probably put a roller coaster top left, put one top right. I'll probably put one kind of right here, not bottom right, but kind of like in the middle area, and then some flat rides in between all of that. So now that I've got everything planned out, I'm just gonna start building. Don't worry if it doesn't go as planned. The plan at the beginning is just to know kind of what you're doing, and then as you go, if you don't think something's such a good idea that you initially planned, just just skip it and just keep going with your life. You don't need to do it exactly how you planned it at the very beginning. And so I'm gonna use paths, but if you have disabled collisions, I think an awesome thing that you could use is primitives. You're gonna get very used to using these primitives right here. So you're gonna place a block, and usually the block one is the one you use for like everything, and you will just get very used to just placing these blocks down. Look at this. I changed it to a different color. There is glitching right there in the middle, and people are just like, oh, I guess that's that, and they just leave it like that. What? Don't leave it like that. Why would you leave a glitch? Nobody's gonna look in a park and want to see a glitch. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fix the glitch. What we do is just lower it by just a tiny bit, lower it, and just perfectly align. You know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna use the circle tool. If you're not familiar with the circle tool, you're gonna get familiar with it. So basically, the circle tool is where you press this with the picker, and you press it by going to the picker, holding shift, and then pressing on it. Then hold shift and press on your middle mouse button. And now look at this. If you were to rotate it all the way around, look at how cool that would look. So we're just gonna make a little circle out of primitives right here and line it up very nicely. And just like that, we have a really nice looking circle. We're just gonna delete these because they look a little weird on the sides. And this looks a little weird too. Look, there's like a divot. We're fixing that. The divot is gone. Look at all that glitching. We're just gonna get the middle one, and we're gonna shift it down just by a tiny bit, and look, the glitching is gone. And now I want to fill in the middle paths, so we're just gonna grab chunky paths and just place them all around until they fill the entire middle part. Also, don't forget to use your terrain. So right here, we're just gonna start with a little bit of terrain. We're gonna build like a little mountain because I want there to be some good terrain. When you forget terrain, oh my goodness, guys, your part starts looking very bad. So we're just gonna edit the terrain like this. These are the 4 corners of the terrain, and you can edit them individually or 2 at a time. Also here, you can make your brush range bigger so you edit more terrain at the same time. So right here, we're just gonna make a little bit of terrain, and then we're gonna go down here back to 1 by 1, and we're just gonna edit it to make it look really nice and smooth. And if you're gonna start playing Theme Park Tycoon 2 a lot, get used to this. Look at that. You know what? That hill looks not bad. What we do, just cover it with cool stuff. If you don't have disabled collisions and you're not gonna get it, just put some cool plants on it, make it look nice. Maybe even put like a building on it. But since I do have disabled collisions, we're just gonna make this look like a rock. You know how you do it? You change the material to rock. Didn't think about that one, did you? So where it slants right here, we're just gonna add a little bit of rock, and just make sure to just shift it around a ton. Turn it, twist it, make it as wide, as small as you want, and just make sure there's variety. Because I don't think you have ever seen 2 rocks that look exactly the same. And if you really want to, if you get bored of this, you just hold shift and then control shift C, and boom, you just copy this whole thing and you can paste it as many times as you want. Just don't get too used to this or else it starts looking pretty bad. And you know what? I want to add a river. We're adding a river. And how you add a river is basically you get the remove air terrain, and you remove some of the terrain like this. Remove. Oh, there's a roller coaster down there. And to add a really cool effect, we're just gonna make a rock color that's a little bit lighter than what we did, and just make some of the rocks that color. And look, variety. And make sure both sides of it have the rocks, because it's kind of weird to just have one side with all the rock. And now an even cooler effect is make the rock, instead of rock, make it grass, and then make it just normal grassy color. Paint some of the rocks grass instead, and it'll give it some kind of cool effect. Make it blend in a little bit better. And just like that, we have a pretty nice looking little scenery area right here. We can fix it up a whole ton, but you know, we're just gonna keep it like that. And now it's time to build a little bit of an entrance. So we're just gonna, you know, build an entrance.
She's really good. Ew.
We're gonna fill in this space right here because it looks a little bit ugly. And look what we have here. A couple cases of glitching. Oh my goodness, so much better. And look how amazing this entrance is starting to look. Now let's build the actual like entrance booths. I'm just gonna build one entrance booth and copy and paste the entire booth just like 4 times or something. We're just gonna make a box. As you can see right here, there's a box. We're gonna give it a little bit of like a hat, like this. Box with a hat, a double hat actually, 2 hats. And then we'll give it like a table, box with a table. Oh yeah. And we'll make it longer on this side and shorter on the sides. And then we'll give it a window. Don't worry, this is not gonna be gray concrete. We will change it. We gotta have like the little pay window. We're going to just add like a darkness. Yeah. And now we're just gonna add a little pull on each corner just to give it a little bit of texture. So a lot of what you will learn when you're building is you just need to add detail. And one way to do that is just add holes to the sides, just whatever you really need to do to make it look nice. And this is making it look nice. The more parts you add, usually the better it gets, unless you add them in the wrong way. Just add them in a way that makes it look more like a building and more like it could be in real life. We're just gonna make it look pretty cartoony by adding really nice colors. So I want this to be like almost yellowy orange, like this. A little too bright, so we're gonna make it darker. And then I want to make the main one like a reddish color, and then we want the poles to be a different color, so we'll just make them a little darker. And then the table, I want it to have texture, so we're just gonna make the table wooden. I think it looks a little ugly in the back and the sides because there's literally nothing on the walls. We're just gonna make it not plain. And I feel like we need more of this orangey color, so we're just gonna add the orangey color around. Look at this. We're just gonna add random details that make it look interesting, and we're gonna make sure it kind of shows in the back as well, because we want the back to look interesting as well, not just the sides. It is so much better now. And I feel like the top needs something, so we're just gonna add a little random thing to the top. I don't know why I added that, but it looks kind of cool, so we're just gonna keep it. And actually, we need to make sure we have a middle point to be able to rotate it around, so this is gonna be my middle point. This entire box right here is gonna be the middle, and we're gonna make it to go pretty far back like that to make it look nice. And there we go. We've copied the entire thing. Now we're just gonna paste it. We're gonna make our snapping 22.5, I think will be nice. No, a little bit less. We'll just do a custom snapping of 15. Yep, that works. And just like that, we have an amazing looking entrance. That took like 15 minutes to make the entire entrance. One thing I do want to do is make it a little better. We're just gonna add something in between the two little places. We have this little table right here now, and we're just gonna copy the entire table. Boom, we are done. Look at that. Amazing. And now we could just keep going with the park on and on and on and on, but you just kind of get the idea. You just build stuff, be creative about it, and for the shops, you can just make bigger versions of these and just display them, and they will look really nice. And for the lake, you just make what you did for the river, but just make it bigger. And for the rides, you just do what I made for the wild mouse, but bigger. So the rides will just be more expensive, a lot bigger. What helps me is looking at POV of real rides in the world and then just making them in Theme Park Tycoon 2. So you get the idea. This was awesome, and I might even continue this. If you want me to continue making this park for you guys and just showing how to make a really nice park, make sure to comment that down below and tell me to make a part 2, because I could make a part 2 continuing to make this park if you really want me to. Thanks for watching the video. If you are a beginner in Theme Park Tycoon 2 and just started playing or started playing very recently, I hope you learned a little thing or two. Make sure to check out Gear Up if you are experiencing a lot of lag, or if you want to experience a little bit less lag than what you currently have. Then make sure to get Gear Up. Even if you don't play Roblox as much, you can play other games with Gear Up and it'll work just as well. Thanks for watching, everybody out there. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to me, please. I have so many videos that you can use for building better and just looking at really cool parks. So make sure to subscribe and post notifications on for any new uploads I have. So if I make a part 2 for this, you'll be the first one to be notified. We'll see you guys maybe in a part 2 for this, or just next time I make a video. See ya.